So we have imported a file, we have placed it on a face, we have done brim, we have done supports, and so now it's time to look at our model and see about the solid areas and see if we want to change our infill. So we can see here that we do have infill, and it is kind of like this little square pattern, and perhaps we want to change that. There's different infills that are good for different things. You can put more infill to make it stronger, heavier, or less infill, or you can even make it a shell, so there's no infill at all, depending on what you want to do. So we're going to go over here to prepare, and then we're going to go to strength. And then down here, we can see that we have our infill settings. And so right now it's at 15%. You can make that more, so let's say 80%. That's going to take a long time to print, but it's going to be a lot more solid on the inside. If I go to preview, as usual, I can bring down my layer and see what's going on. So you can see that it is now a lot more solid on the inside. It is still that kind of rectangular pattern. You can see that I have these weird blue lines coming off, and I think that that's just the software seems to be doing some strange stuff on my Mac. But let's go ahead and move this back down to 15%. We could do 0% if we wanted it to be a shell on the inside. And you can see, again, there are these strange lines. I don't think that those are going to print. I think it's just the software having some glitches. But you can see that it's hollow on the inside. Let's go back to 15%. And then let's change it from a grid pattern. We have different options. The gyroid is kind of cool. Works really well if you have TPU and you want it to be more squishy. If you do the rectangles, it's a little bit more rigid and has kind of a strange squish pattern. So if you do the gyroid, it squishes more evenly and it makes a little bit of a softer, squishier product. So now if you bring it down, you can see what that gyroid looks like, which is kind of cool. It does take longer if you want to go for speed, then the rectangles are a little bit faster.